I love using FrogFolio in my classes because I think it helps students see their learning, and so it makes connections for them among the assignments that I give them in my classes. It's been a great way for them to look back at things that they've written in the past and make connections to the new things they've learned a few months later in the same class.
It's not really been that challenging, especially in the context of this first year course. There's enormous support for it, and the students are, I think there's a lot put into place in case the students aren't able to navigate this, but I think it's familiar enough to the students that the technology is mainly a non-issue.
I really like that they can call a help desk or go to office hours or FrogFolio lounge hours, that there are a series of videos and documents online that help them that are specific to what we're doing here at TCU.
I also think that this idea of reflective writing that comes from e-portfolios, it's very profound and very useful in the real world as well, because there are situations where you may have to write something for an employer, whether it's a memo or communicate with another employee, that you need to be thoughtful about what you're writing as well as what you're saying. And I believe the reflective writing gives students that kind of skill that they can then use in the real world.
So don't let the technology be a barrier. You don't have to know all of it or even how to use it. You just need to know how to guide students' learning and the collection of those great artifacts that they get from your class.
I'd say the most surprising thing about FrogFolio has been the opportunity for students to truly reflect on what they've learned. And so this idea of thinking about what I've learned instead of just giving back to me what you've learned, synthesizing it, thinking about why this is important to me or to the world. And so those are things that I've been really surprised to see students be able to come out with and talk about and even write about. And so that's been really surprising to me.
And of course, I've had other students who have started their portfolios with me in one class, and then I'll see that same portfolio 2 or 3 years later, and it's unbelievable. The stuff that they've added to it, they've taken things out of it that I had them put in there. They've added new things in from other courses. They've added entire sections on experiences they've had out in schools working with students and teachers. And so that for me is very rewarding, because I get to at least feel some sense of ownership that I helped them start this and they ran with it.
I can think about one student who really embraced this tool from the start. She had a particular interest and skill in dance that was, and for her it was a dance that was based upon her culture that she has embraced throughout her life. And right on the front of her FrogFolio is a video of her doing this dance in full costume. And I think she probably had never had a forum or a venue to be able to express that part of her and how important it was to her. And I think because she put that up there, she realized that there were lots of other ways in which she could use the platform to present herself and to discover what was really important to her. And I think that's the one that really is most salient for me.